Brothers and sisters, those who just tuned in, this is part 3 of the miseducation of the Christian church. We're questioning the term Resurrection Sunday. So many people were saying it, talked about it, Happy Easter, Resurrection Sunday, so on and so forth. We're not even going to deal with Easter so much on today's show because we dealt with it last week on last week's show, talking about why Good Friday just ain't no good. It's off. It's inconsistency. You can't get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday, brothers and sisters. But today we're dealing with Resurrection Sunday. Those who were observing Sunday as the day of Jesus' resurrection. But if the Passover this year falls on April the 22nd at sundown, Friday, April 22nd at sundown, we're reading where Jesus was still alive during the Passover, and he participated in the Passover, and he wasn't killed until the day after the Passover, brothers and sisters. So doesn't the Passover and the crucifixion of Jesus have to come before the day of his resurrection? Well, then why did you celebrate the day of his resurrection March 27th and the Passover takes place April 22nd. You're almost a whole month too early. That's why this show is called The Miseducation of the Christian Church. If you pay 10% of your salary every Sunday to your church, shouldn't you be taught the truth? We're picking this up in Mark, the book of Mark, the 15th chapter. 15th chapter. The book of Mark, we're right at his crucifixion right now.
For those who are missing us on the video, let's pick it back up at 33, Black Ice. Verse 33.
Mark 15:33. Now remember, he already took the Passover.
Right.
After the Passover, Judas came and kissed him on the cheek.
In the garden.
The guards came and got him, brothers and sisters.
Right.
And we're leading all the way up to
with
this
them
point.
all night long. With them all night long. And at verse 25, what do it say, Black Ice? It was the third hour, and they crucified him. The third hour. An hour starts between 3 and 4 p.m. Because 4 p.m., 9 o'clock a.m. is the third hour of the day, Jerusalem time. Remember, the Lord's new day starts at sundown.
That's right.
Man's new day starts at 12 midnight in the middle of the night.
Go back to Genesis, the 1st chapter and the 5th verse, and reads how the evening comes first, then the morning comes after the evening. We're picking this up at Mark 15 chapter.
And 33.
And when the 6th hour was come.
12 p.m., 12 midday. Go ahead.
There was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour.
And after the 9th hour, between 3 and 4, after that, it lightened up. Come on.
And at the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which is being interpreted, my God, why hast thou forsaken me?
Wow. Go ahead, Ice. Skip all the way down to verse 37 and go ahead.
And Jesus cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost. And the veil of the temple was rent in twain from top to bottom.
So now, Black Ice, all this happened at the night, in between the 9th hour, right? Go ahead.
Brother Julius, this is disturbing my spirit right now.
It should.
Because in the book of Daniel, the 9th chapter, it says that the Messiah shall be cut off or killed in the midst of the week.
In the midst of the week.
And it will cause the sacrifices and oblations to cease. Brothers and sisters, do you know how important verse 38 is? As a Christian, as a Bible-based Christian, do you know how important Mark 15 and 38 is? And it don't even seem that important. It says, and the veil of the temple was rent in twain from top to bottom. Do you know what that means? That veil, brothers and sisters, was instituted all the way back in the time of Moses, where they would kill a lamb or a goat, and they would take the blood of that lamb or that goat, and they would sprinkle it on that veil. But when the veil was ripped in twain, brothers and sisters, that ended animal sacrifice. That's why Daniel, the 9th chapter, says that once he would be killed, he would cause the sacrifices and oblations to cease. Animal sacrifice ceased when the veil was ripped in twain at the death of Jesus.
Black Ice, check this out. Check this out. Let's continue to read at Mark. We got to read this on out right here. Watch this, Black Ice. Watch this. Continue at Mark 15 and continue at verse 30. Read 38 again.
I was about to say, can I do that again?
Yeah, please do.
And the veil of the temple was rent in twain, or ripped in half, from top to bottom.
That ended animal sacrifice. That is the law that Paul said you're no longer under law no more. Animal sacrifice. But we got something.
Can I do it, Brother Julius? Can I do it? The veil was ripped in twain, brothers and sisters.
No more sacrificial of animals, because the supreme sacrifice had been made at the death of Jesus.
And that's what Hebrews, the 10th chapter, is talking about when it says we are no longer under the law, brothers and sisters.
Yes.
It's not the 10 Commandments. It's the law of animal sacrifice. That's why Hebrews, the 10th chapter, is talking all about sacrifices and
the ordinance of animal sacrifices, sisters and brothers.
That's right.
The blood of bulls and goats can never take away sin. All them animals, because the animal never sinned, man sinned, so man had to come and give his life for sin.
That's
even
right.
Christ. Let's continue at verse 39, Black Ice. This is critical.
And when the centurion which stood over against him saw that he so cried out and gave up the ghost, he said, truly this man was the Son of God.
You mean a
It's too late now.
Gentile? You mean a centurion, a Roman soldier admitted that?
Brother Julius, they got a movie out now called Risen. And it's about this centurion.
Wow.
And it follows his life, brothers and sisters.
Wow.
They got all these movies that are out, brothers and sisters, but beware and make sure that they line up.
Make sure line up with this right here. Come on, verse 40, Ike's.
There were also women looking on afar off.
Now, Jesus is dead right now, right,
He's
Ike's?
dead.
He's dead. He is dead, but it is still daylight. Go ahead, Ike's.
Among whom was Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, the Less and
James the Less. Go ahead.
James the Less and Joseph and Solomon.
Go ahead.
Who also, when he was in Galilee, followed him and ministered unto him.
Go ahead.
And many other women which came up with him unto Jerusalem.
Go ahead, Black Ice.
And now when the evening was come.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It told you earlier in the 14th chapter that there was darkness from the 3rd hour all the way to the 9th hour.
But it wasn't evening yet, Brother Julius.
You understand? So it was dark then. That was a special darkness. But then after the 9th hour, it lightened back up. Now, Jesus is dead, Black Ice.
So he died in that day.
Yeah.
Which was Wednesday.
Right.
But now the evening come and it's Thursday.
Read it. Verse 42.
And now when the evening was come, which is Thursday.
Right.
Because it was the preparation, that is, the day before the Sabbath.
The day before the Sabbath, because the what Sabbath? The high Sabbath. Because the Passover was kept, the day after the Passover is
was the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
There you go. But you don't hear none of this. You don't hear none of this. This is why we say the misunderstanding of the Christian church. Continue, Black Ice.
Joseph of Arimathea,
go ahead.
An honorable counselor, which also waited for the kingdom of God, came
Go ahead.
and went in boldly unto Pilate and craved the body of Jesus.
He wanted the body of Jesus. So now, skip down to verse 47 for the sake of time. Come on, Ike's.
And Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Joseph, beheld where he was laid.
Wait a minute. Who is this Joseph? None other than the Lord's brother. The mother of Joseph, because Joseph and Mary had at least 6 children.
Wow.
Jesus was not by Joseph per se, according to the flesh.
Right.
So we learned something on the way to learning something, right, Ice?
We are.
But after the book said that Joseph knew not his wife until after the birth of Jesus.
Brothers and sisters, did you?
We can give you the scripture for it, but we're gonna give you a little homework on that one. Yeah. Come on, Black Guys, skip down. Let's go right into Mark the 16th chapter.
Mark the 16th chapter.
The 16th chapter.
Where you want to pick this up?
At verse 1.
And when the Sabbath was passed.
And when what was passed?
The Sabbath.
When does the Sabbath end?
Sundown.
And on what day? On a Saturday. The 7th day at sundown, the Sabbath is over. Now, at sundown begins what number day of the week?
The first day of the week, which is Sunday.
But the book says, and when the Sabbath was passed, what happened, Black?
Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of James, and Salome had bought sweet spices that they might come and anoint him.
Go ahead, Ice.
And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun.
At the what?
Rising of the sun.
But when does the new day start?
In the evening.
So now, from sundown until sunup, always makes one day, Black Ice. Come on.
And they said among themselves, who shall roll us away the stone from the door of the sepulchre? And when they looked, they saw that the stone was rolled away, for it was very great.
Go ahead.
And entering into the sepulchre, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, clothed in a long white garment, and they were affrighted.
Because this was an angel. Notice it's always a man, never ever a female angel. Come on, Ice.
And he said unto them, be not afraid. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, which was crucified. He is risen.
He is risen? But it's the first day of the week, Ice. He gone already.
He gone before Sunday.
He was gone. Come on, Ice.
He is not here. Behold, the place where they laid him. But go your way. Tell his disciples and Peter that he goeth before you into Galilee. There shall you see him as he said unto you.
Because he told you on the third day he going to be risen. But he rose on a Saturday before sundown.
Wow.
Because Saturday at sundown makes the first day of the week. But watch this, Ice. Verse 9.
Now when Jesus was risen early, when Jesus was risen early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom
Now when Jesus was risen, see, they put the comma in the wrong place, Ice.
Right.
Now when Jesus was risen, now read it.
Early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils.
But if you read it the way that it is, you think he rose on a Sunday. But they move the comma one place over, Ice. One word over, and it will clear itself up.
Wow.
Because he have to be in the grave for 3 days and 3 nights. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Good Friday, Bad Friday, in between Friday, no Good Friday, Sweet Friday, whatever you want to call it, to Sunday morning.
Wow.
You're going to church on Sunday morning, but you are saying, well, he died Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I got my days. And I say, give me my nights. And you can't give me my nights because you have to say Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Whoop, it's too late. He gone. So you're doing something and doing it in vain, sisters and brothers. Read that again, Black Ice.
Now when Jesus,
read it the way that it should be written.
Now when Jesus was risen, early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils.
Go ahead, Ice.
And she went and told them that that had been with him, as they mourned and wept.
Because this is his disciples. Go ahead, Ice.
And they, when they had heard that he was alive and had been seen of her, believed not.
Because they didn't have the faith. That's the problem with us men, human beings. We have to see something to actually believe something. Have you ever seen air? You ain't never seen it, but it's here. You breathing it. Come on, Ice.
After that, he appeared in another form.
In another form, go ahead.
To 2 of them as they walked and went into the country.
And go ahead.
And they went and told it unto the residue, neither believed they them. Afterward, he appeared unto the 11 as they sat.
And what did he do, Ice?
At meat.
And they sat at dinner. Go ahead.
And upbraided them with their unbelief and hardness of heart.
Because he jumped them, because he had been with them for 3.5 years, telling them what was going to happen to him, and they didn't believe it.
Isn't this something how many times the woman is the one that believes before the man?
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Sound like Rahab the harlot in the days of Joshua and Jericho. Come on, Ice.
Because they believed not, middle of 14, because they believed not them which had seen him after he was risen.
After he was risen. Go ahead, Ice.
And he said unto them, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature.
And what did they do at verse 20, Black Ice?
And they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them and confirming the word with signs following. Amen.
Now, when you read back up and read verse 9, it's going to say the Lord has sent them after he was risen. He sent the disciples out. But after he had risen, Mary came into the garden and he said, touch me not. Wow. For I have not yet been accepted of my Father. He had to go up to heaven and be accepted for what he had done. Now you got to go back to Leviticus and understand the feast of the Lord, which represents the day of Pentecost, which before the day of Pentecost, you have to wave the wave sheet to be accepted. All these feasts entwine with Jesus and his mission, sisters and brothers. Wow. That's why you have to keep the feast of the Lord and not man's holidays, religious holidays, should I say.
Brothers and sisters,
I don't know what else to do, Ice.
This has been a miseducation, brothers and sisters, of the Christian church.